Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Hi guys. Are we back? Is that better? Like, I literally just went and dropped some fucking money on this shit. And yeah, nothing. Fucking nothing. Ugh. Hey. Okay, so what is up? Let's get a couple extra people up in here. Let's get Kush. Let's see what we's gonna do. Let's drink more beer. I've got to figure this shit fucking out, man. I've got to figure this shit out. Okay. Yes, you are, and you guys are the ones that matter, and actually everybody matters. This is an all lives, all food matters. All food matters. That's what this is. It's all food matters. No. Yeah, she did. It was very sad. It was very sad. Okay, guys. So, alright. Welcome to the Cypher Zone. Where the Cypher Zone, all you gotta do, guys, you grab a beer, you kick back, and you cook some food. That's all we's gonna do. We drink and we cook things. So, what we're making today is called Birria Tacos. Birria Tacos are a sweet, salty, spicy, sour Mexican beef stew with shredded beef, and we're taking that and we're going to turn it into tacos. So this one's going to be a combination of beef short ribs, beef chuck roast. We're going to make a Mexican spice rub, and then we're going to cook it down in a pressure cooker. And then once it's done, we're going to shred it, take that meat juice, we're going to add an adobo sauce to it, and we're going to take our tortillas, and we're going to drizzle, and then we're going to fry, and then we're going to use that juice and make a consomme, or we're just going to make like a sauce for dipping, because the whole point about this is it's making a quick fried taco that you dip. It is absolutely outstanding, and you're really going to love it. Okay, you need some mods. I don't know what a mod is, and you can be my mod. You're my mod. But for now, we're going to drink some beer. We're going to make some guacamole later. What are we going to do? We're just going to have some fun. We are just going to have some fun. Alright, so you got to set that up. What do I have to set up? Where do I set it up? I'm trying making a French dip, and now my family ate all the sub rolls. Those jerks. Who does that shit? Okay, let's bring this in. We are going to do let's see if we can get this down. There we go. You can kind of see that a little bit. We need to turn the camera around. There we go. All right. Man, we're making shit happen today. All right. So this one, so you have your chuck roast here, and then you've got beef short ribs here. As you can see, you've got the bone-in, fatty meat part, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little ribs. So this is going to be a 2 different texture roast or stew. So you're going to have a lot of really, really strong flavor here, and this one's going to be buttery, melty flavor here. So we're going to season this. We're going to start by making a seasoning blend. It's going to have Mexican oregano. That's about a tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons. We're going to add in 2 teaspoons of black pepper. We're going to add in a tablespoon of salt. Salt is absolutely key in this one because you're pressure cookering. Pressure cookering. It's a thing. It's a cookery. We're going to add in a tablespoon of garlic powder. And then we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of cumin. Ground cumino. Cumin really makes this. And then we're just going to take your hand, and you're just going to kind of bring it all together. Dude, if you could smell this, oh my God, oh my Lady Gaga is so good. So we're going to get our pressure cooker turned on. You want to turn it on to meat. About 40 minutes. Selector, about an hour, 40 minutes. With this size, first what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to wait to season. I'm going to dice my chuck roast first. So I'm going to get my knife out. And we all know about knives. Get a good knife. Make sure that the edge is on there. In order to get the edge put back on, you use your steel. So you're just going to take that steel, run it across the edge of your blade at a 20-degree angle. Just like this. Put that edge back on. Quick and simple. So for this, because I want this to cook quick, really quickly, instead of like a stew is kind of a low and slow kind of thing, I'm just going to take my ribs, set them off to the side real quick, because the bone, there's not a lot of meat on there. But for the roast, I'm going to cut this into strips about 1 inch apart. About right here. Just like that. Just like this. Got you back on the TV. Yes! Love it. Then I'm going to take it, I'm going to dice it on into a 1 inch dice. So we got another 1 inch dice. Here, here, here. So it's very close to cooking a beef stew. Honestly, this is just a Mexican beef stew. And what we've done is we've deconstructed it, taken in that stew, and we're turning it into tacos. Why? Because it's fucking America. And in America, you can do what the fuck you want. And that's make anything into a taco. At least in my world. Everything belongs on a tortilla. So we got our seasonings. And we're just going to coat it all over it. Take the rib. Take that meat. And just kind of massage it in there. You know, massage that little meat. Get it all on the bone. All on the bone. Set that aside. Get another one on there. Just like a these. Just like a these. There we go. Get that other one. Nice and coated. Because this, what's going to end up happening is we're using an Instapot. The Instapot is going to take what would normally be done in a regular stock pot or a slow cooker and intensify the heat. So you want to and intensify the cooking. So you want to make sure that everything is really, really well seasoned because it's going to cook fast and not slow. When things are cooked slow, they have time to develop. The flavors have time to develop. So here you've got to impart a lot of different things. Now live streaming, just chatting, Taco Tuesday. Are you using corn? I'm not using corn tortillas. I'm going to use flour. Why? Because I didn't feel like buying corn tortillas. I wanted to use flour. I already tested it. It works. It works just fine. Okay. Now we're going to take it. We're going to throw everything in this bowl. We're going to take it over to our pressure cooker. It's just an Instapot. It's like a power pot. I got it for my wedding. I'm going to throw all that in there. We are going to add a little bit of beef broth, and we're going to add some ancho chiles. Ancho chiles are dried chiles. So it looks like this. Just got a couple of these guys. We're going to throw in these and some beef broth. Now, traditionally, I would throw in some guajillo. I would throw in some pasilla. I would throw in some chile de árbol. I would throw in a bunch of different random chilies. But I don't have them. This is what we got. And this is going to be just as good. Oh, and wait, I want some cayenne. We're going to throw in some cayenne. Because I want this to be spicy. It's a spicy, meat is saucy. Alright. Turn your Instapot on. Make sure you set it to close and not to venting. And then we're going to let that go. And we're going to get this cutting board out of the way. And we're going to bring in another one. So now, because we're cooking in an Instapot, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to do this one a little bit different. I'm going to saute some onion and some jalapeno, and I'm going to reduce it down in some beef broth. What that's going to end up doing is we're going to create our own stew just quickly, versus letting it cook all stinking day long. I'm gonna make the jus you like for a French dip, just like now. So, but first, actually, let's do this. And then I think it's time for a drink. I think it's time we make a drink. So, knife. I went ahead and got me another one because I didn't feel like cleaning that one. Get it nice and sharp. Boom, boom, boom. All right. We're going to start with, what are we going to start with? Start with the onion. So when cutting an onion, you have two different sides. You have the end piece and a root piece. You want to start by cutting the end piece off. That way you have a handle. Then you're going to take and you're going to slice into that root in half. Just like that. Set that aside. So now I've got a piece of onion where everything's going to fall off. And I've got a handle where nothing's going to fall off. Pretty cool, huh? So now we're going to take the skin back. Just like these. Get rid of all that. Trash can over. There we go. And so now we're just going to do quarter cuts. So I want to cut here and I want to cut here. It's 3. Instead of a quarter, I am doing quarter, but I want to start with thirds. We're going to cut the onion into thirds lengthwise, and then widthwise, we're going to make 4 cuts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then it cuts all the way back. I still have a root. Get rid of that. Onion's ready to go. Get our pan nice and hot. A little bit of vegetable oil. A little bit of vegetable oil. Set that ready. Get this off to the side. We're going to start with 1 jalapeno. Cut the end off. Stand it straight up. Just like that. Be very careful. Use your fingers. Pinch. And you want to slide your knife down the center. Just like that. Take one side. Get rid of it. Or, move it to the side. Then we're going to take and we're going to de-seed one of them. I want some seeds and some I don't. So you're going to take it, lay it flat, run your knife across the bottom as best as possible, and it will seed it. You can also take a spoon to it as well. And then we're just going to throw a little slice on there. Just like that. I'm going to throw a slice on the other one. Thumb, forefinger, control. Pop, 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 pop. It's ready. The heat is ready to go. This is going to make a lot of noise. This is going to make a lot of jalapeno gas. But it's also going to make a badass soup. I don't want all the seeds. I just wanted some of them. I've been screwing onions up my whole life. Dude, I have seen people cut onions in their fucking hands. Like, it is crazy the way that people cut onions. And I just don't get it. Let's move this over. Just like that. See, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Get that set up. There we go. I know! Like, in their hands, cutting it. I'm like, what? And they'll do it backwards. So they'll take the root end off, pardon me. Take the root end off, and then they start cutting into it. Well, when you cut the root off, you cut your stabilizer off. There we go. I'm adding some butter to this. I didn't think that I was going to, but I decided that it needed to be done. I know, it's gorgeous. I love this phone. I literally just spent so much fucking money today. I went and dropped like $200 on 2 fucking extra cameras just so that I could do this a little bit better. Run OBS. I think I'm about to take those sumbitches back because I have to go and run a I'm like looking out into the audience, like I have an audience. I'm like looking out there. I've got to run a landline to it. Thank you for the biddies. I really appreciate it. I've got to run a landline just to get enough bit rate. I've got to get a better bit rate. The phone pulls so much more power than the computer, which fucking yay. Like, of all things, my cell phone is the winner. But you know what? Honestly, it doesn't fucking matter. Woo woo! Bit of train, bit of train, bit of train. What the hell's Cece? Doesn't she like tacos on Tuesdays? Or is she just too busy hanging out playing with AJ? What? Oh yeah, I said it. I went there. Haha. So yeah, I don't even care. But yes, so we're gonna throw a little bit of butter in here, guys. It's just gonna add another level of fat, another level of flavor. We're waiting on the. While we're doing this, let's make a drink, you guys. Let's make a drink. The cool thing about adding the extra amount of fat in this particular one is it's going to allow the caramelization, all the sugars that is in the onion and the jalapenos to just cook down and sweat. So this is just going to be so dope. So sweet, so flavorful. Butter is unsalted. Always use unsalted butter, my friends. Always unsalted butter. But I think now that it is time for drinks. So we are going to make a grapefruit thing. So we've got Skull Glass. Let's get some ice. Got some Terramana tequila. You got the Mana. Grapefruit juice. And we're going to do lime. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do grapefruit juice, Terramana tequila, and lime. Because it sounds baller. So we've got ice. What kind of drinks do you guys like to make? Are y'all like beer people, wine people, cocktails? What do you like? Beautiful.
I need to know so that I can start making drinks for everybody.
I mean, Hannah threw back the other day. What were you drinking on, Hannah? Were you just making mimosas all day? What was that? For midday moms and mimosas? I don't know why I just did a shot of grapefruit juice, but I meant to do a shot of tequila. Beer, wine, Patron, Sprite, Hennessy, and Coke. I really want a hot toddy. Fuck yeah. We got Jack, a little bit of lemon juice, and apple juice, or apple cider. Fuck yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with a good hot toddy. Alright. Tequila. Just a shot. Oh, I was drinking Pinot Grigio. Didn't have to grab champagne. Fuck yeah. Pinot Grigio slams. I tend to go to Chardonnay. I have in here right now. It's a sous vide. It is a sous vide. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's just a white blend, I believe. Let's stir this. Pick that up. We're going to add some grapefruit juice to it. And then we're going to add some lime juice. Grapefruit juice, lime juice, and tequila. Grapefruit juice, lime juice, and tequila. You have to grab. Set this aside. So after this drink, we're going to start our guacamole. Mainly because already got, let's see, because I want to make these tacos fucking slam. A little bit of guac, some onion, and cilantro. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So we got juice of half a lime. Let's get the juice of a whole lime. I was just talking to my buddy Ornalis about this yesterday. So I'm hoping this is as dope as we wanted it to be. Alright. Give the butter. Oh man, if you guys could just smell this. The smell of the butter and the onion with the jalapeno. Awesome. So now, let's set this aside to let that rest. I know, I'm letting it drink rest. Look at that. Look at the colors. So fucking beautiful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add this mixture to a nice little sauce pot. And we're going to add in beef broth. And we're going to create our own soup. Our own stew. Really, really flavorful. And so let's get rid of that. Got our beef broth. This is going to be tossed with the meat. And then what's left over is what's going to be... What's left over from the Instapot is going to be added to an adobo sauce. That adobo sauce, it will be what the tortillas will be fried in. So this, we're going to crank this sumbitch up to high heat. We're going to let that motherfucker marinate. We're going to let it boil. We're going to let it do its thing. This is going to create the beefiest, brothiest, jalapeno-y, oniony soup. It's like... I mean, I got nothing. It's just flavor. We're just going to create flavor. All right. Now let's start our guacamole. Ain't nothing to that. It's just going to boil. Back to the board. Let's get the drink. Let's see if this is any good, because this might be like super crazy gross. Smells good. Ooh, that's delicious. I love grapefruit. God, I love grapefruit. Okay, let's get rid of... Oh, so let's start our onion and cilantro. The cool thing about street tacos is they are usually 3 ingredients. It is a protein, and then cilantro and onion. And then it's occasionally a cheese. Usually it's a white, stinky... salty cheese, very tangy. Usually it's like a queso fresco, which is a lot like feta, or you have a cotija cheese, which is, it's kind of its own thing. So we're gonna dice an onion. We just chopped an onion. Now let's dice an onion. So I want about this much onion that way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, we have our root end holding the onion, our edge already off, and we're gonna take our knife and we're gonna slice through it about an inch. About 1/4 of an inch all the way up each way. Just like this. Now we're going to take it and then we're going to run a nice little slice. About 1/4 of an inch all the way down. Now we still have that edge. Our onion is still whole. And then we're going to take the knife, fingers, knuckles back. And then they fall apart. Do about 3 slices that way. 2, 3. Doesn't take much. I'm not looking for a lot of onion. It's just me tonight, so we're just going to kick it. Then we're going to do that, and we'll take that and we'll put that back into the bowl. Just like this. Give our broth a stir. That sucker's going to be boiling. I want this thing to reduce... madly, deeply, sweetly. Who cares? Okay. That. Now let's get our cilantro. What do I do with the cilantro? I didn't even get the cilantro out. Son of a bitch. A horrible person. Horrible person. I got groceries delivered today, and I got the most massive amount of cilantro humanly fucking possible. Gonna vacuum and get some for you fast, pinky promise. That's fine. Go do you. It's okay. We're just making guacamole here. All right. Cilantro there. So we're actually gonna take some of this mixture, the cilantro and red onion, and we're gonna add it to our guacamole. So take the cilantro. You're gonna turn it into a ball. Just ball it all up. Then you're gonna make sure your knuckles are tucked back, and you're just gonna run your knife through it. Just like this. Just like that. Bring it together and then chop. Keep your hand here on the edge of the knife, your thumb and forefinger, and you just run. Just chop, 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 chop. Just like that. Really simple. Add this to our bowl of onion. Give it a quick come together right now. Over onions and cilantro. Beautiful. This, you top any taco with this, and those panties will drop. This isn't even Moscato. This is way better. They will drop to the floor. To the floor. Actually, I have no idea. I've never made tacos for a girl on a date before, so who knows? My wife likes them, but whatever. We're married. Didn't count. Okay. That to the side. Let's clean this board up. All right. Time to start the guacamole. Give our beef broth a stir. Make sure that it is reducing and that it is not overflowing. All right, avocados. I'm going to take 1 avocado for guac and 1 avocado for slices for tacos. Hopefully these are decent avocados. Wow, I didn't even have to do anything. This one we are going to do for the guac because it turned out as a piece of crap as I'm cutting it, which is completely rare. Typically, you would take a spoon to the avocado and it just comes out just like that. Phew, back. I don't know that you missed anything. We were drinking and we chopped an onion. But yep. Okay. That aside real quick. We're going to give this a chop. Quick and easy. We're going to add this to our bowl. Just like this. Taking the back of it. Using the knife as a spatula. We're going to take a little bit of our cilantro and onion. And we're going to take some lime juice. And we're going to take some fresh garlic. A little bit of garlic. About a tablespoon. Done. A little bit of salt. About half a teaspoon. Fresh cracked black pepper. This is about, I want half a teaspoon. It's about 10 to 12 turns. And a little bit of garlic powder. I want just about half a teaspoon. The garlic powder is going to blend into the avocado, whereas the garlic stays on top of the avocado. Therefore, you get two different textures of garlic. 2 different types of bites. Set that to the side real quick while we cut our lime. You want to do is you want to roll the lime. Just break it up. Just like this. Breaks up all the inserts. And then you just run your knife through. So, you've seen me use the the juicer. If you don't have a juicer, take the back of a spoon. Hold your hand like this, and you just twist it. And it juices the lime like you have no idea. You can also put that lime in a microwave. You put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and then, boom, it opens up all those oils, and you're good to go. So I like a really limey, garlicky, peppery guacamole. So that's what I've made. So we got that lime juice. Beautiful. On the side, our spoon, napkin, and then we're just going to crush it up. We're just going to crush it up. You just want to flatten it. Take the blades of the fork, and you're just going to kind of run it through it. And then stir. Typically, I would add like a little bit of mayo to it as a binder. It works really nicely. gonna get a whisk, and I'm just gonna chop it up using the whisk as a masher. I'm just gonna mash everything together. This is a very rustic guacamole. Otherwise, I would use like a hand mixer, or I would have already creamed up the guacamole and made it super smooth. This is gonna be kind of chunky and like a picadillo, or not a picadillo, yes, thrustic, very thrustic. I love thrustic. You just want to thrust. Let's taste it. Perfect. Good lime. Good salt. Definitely good garlic. Alright. More to drink. Avocado. Done. Let's see. Avocado. Where are we at? Okay. Avocado. Done. Our beef broth. Done. Our meat is done because of TV magic. I have some ready to go. So we're going to take our broth. Actually, we're going to take our meat. Let me show you. There we go. Get that on the cutting board. Right there. So you'll take, the meat's going to come out in various large pieces, just like this. It's not necessarily going to fall apart just yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to shred it ourselves. And we're going to add it back to the bowl. And then we're going to add that beef broth of onion and jalapeno to this. And then we're going to light up the comal. Except this comal is a... what's it called? This is a... I don't know what the fuck this is. Cast iron skillet. It's just cast iron skillet. Which is pretty much the same damn thing. So I'm going to set that. I'm going to let that get still hot in there. So we're going to take our fork and the tongs, and we're just going to shred the meat. This is two different textures of meat. This is a chuck roast and short rib. One is really, really fatty, not super beefy, just a lot of flavor. The other is super meaty, a little bit of fat. And off there, you just shred it. The fat, the longer you cook it, the longer you let it cook, the longer or the more fat melts. So you can see where some of this fat line that was on the both the roast and the rib is just melted. And as it cooks down, it just it allows the meat to shred up. That highway of fat that we talked about in the pork, in the slider video. Same concept with a chuck roast. You just cook it till it shreds. Just like that. It is so good. It's going to be so perfect. It is awesome. Just do this. So what we've done so far is we have made guacamole. We have already done up our chuck roast and short ribs. We have made a beef broth, a beef stew of sauteed jalapenos and caramelized onions. Here we go. And we have, and we made a drink. We made a drink because, I mean, this wouldn't be my show if we weren't drinking. Exactly. Absolutely right. Absolutely. There we go. But some of the fat doesn't actually work and ends up being really chewy. So we're just save that for us for later. You don't want to put that in the taco. You just want to eat it. And that shreds up. That over to the side. Almost done. See, it's just coming apart. It's just shredding. Just like that. Just shredding. Any questions so far, guys? Following everything? Something you guys think you could do? Make easily at home? Nothing sounds too, doesn't look too complicated yet? I don't like complicated. I'm not very Avril Lavigne, you know. Too complicated. Two with a girl and you with a boy. We solved the question. Alright. So. Look at that. That looks so good. Let's taste it. Flavor. Nothing but flavor. You can definitely taste that Mexican oregano though. So be careful with it. So, we have our beef. We have our jus. Add some of the sauteed onion mix to it. I don't want to add all of it, mainly because I don't want it too saucy. The beef is going to absorb a lot of this liquid, which is perfect. But I don't want it to be too juicy. Nobody wants it too juicy. If it's too juicy, you just, you know, loosey juicy. Loosey juicy. I mean, I didn't say that. We don't want loose tacos. Nobody wants a loose taco. I mean, nobody. So let's put up our seasonings. And then get rid of our pepper. Onion. Gonna eat this because it looks good. Only it probably tastes like rubber. Flavorful. Okay. We're gonna let that sit for a hot minute. It's gonna absorb a lot of flavor. All the sauciness. The sauce we just added. There we go. Now we're going to slice our avocado for the taco. And then we will get, actually, so before we slice all that, a bowl here with some of the leftover jus from the meat. And then we are adding in the leftover beef broth. I'm going to take the onions and the jalapenos, add them to the shredded beef, get rid of this, and we're going to add in an adobo sauce. And we're going to stir that up. I'm going to add in about a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of adobo, because this is where our tortillas are really going to pop. This is a sauce that we're going to use as both a dipping sauce for the tortillas and a drizzling as a, you know, as a dressing for the tortillas, and then a dipping sauce for the tacos. I don't know why I say it like that, but it's fun. So we're gonna let that sit while our comal heats up, and the beef absorbs all of that flavor, getting nice and sexy, nice and sexy. Let us, I'm gonna add cheese. We have shredded cotija. Cotija cheese is perfect for tacos. I'm not sure if you can find this in Cleveland. You might be able to find this in Vegas, honestly. But I don't think you can find that. You might be able to find this. I mean, not Cleveland. Find this in Ohio. I'm not 100% positive. Pretty sure you can find it in Vegas, though. And then we have some queso fresco, which you should be able to find. It's pretty common. The other one, the cotija, not as much. But for about a year. Dude, this is so easy. Like, seriously. And I've done this with chicken, too. It makes pretty baller chicken tacos. So if you can't find cotija or queso fresco, mozzarella works just fine, as does Monterey Jack. It works great. You just need some sort of melty cheese. I'm just in South Texas, so I have, well, Central Texas. I have access to these cheeses, and they're great. City, there's a Spanish stores on every corner. There, you can fucking get this shit. You just need some crumbly, sharp, salty, tangy cheese. Mozzarella works. Queso fresco works. Cotija works. Cotija is one of my favorite cheeses. I put this shit on everything. Absolutely. It's amazing in... Can y'all hear my dog barking? Will this be on the VOD so I can rewatch? Yes, and I will actually add it to... I'll write the recipe and I'll add it to Discord. That way, you have a step-by-step instruction on what to do. Okay, more to drink. I think it's about time to start frying and making some tacos. Time to start making some tortillas, some tacos. This was fun because I did this earlier. Oh, of course. I already added 2 recipes. I did the last 2. Let's see. I did the... Did I do the sliders? I don't think I did the sliders. I know I did the burger and the rice. I wrote those and I added them yesterday. But yeah. So, I will make sure that I find a spot to add those. I don't know if I'm going to add them in the food porn or if I'm going to add them to... Maybe we can get just a specific recipe spot for them. Okay, so what you want to do here is we've got our beef ready to go. We have our jus, our adobo sauce ready to go, and we have our skillet ready to go. And we're going to take and we're going to dip our tortillas in the jus, in the adobo sauce. Boom, just like that. Add in the meat. Just like this. Try not to smoke out my house. There we go. Fold this sucker over, just like that. Boom. Sucker over, just like that. Look at that. Woo-wee! Making some tacos. Just like that. Nice color. Little char on there, which is fine. Let's turn the heat down just a tad. Let's just get a little bit. Let's do it again. Uno maso. One more time. So we throw the meat on there like that. Throw the meat on here like this. Now let's take our cheese. So I did 2 without cheese. And then 2 with. Just like this. Just like that. The timing from which you take to add the meat to the cheese. And then fold over your tortilla. Should be just about perfect in terms of flipping them. Woo. Turn that over. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We'll do 2 more. Clean your pan up. Turn the heat down a little bit more. It's all about gauging the heat. So this is a very, very, very unseasoned what's it called? Cast iron skillet. Get rid of all that shit. Take it off the heat real quick. Let it cool down just a touch. Just give it a couple of good swings. Don't hit anybody with it. Just kind of airs it out a little bit. Take some of the heat off, some of the steam. Bring it back up. Let's do it again. All right. Yes, season the motherfucker. Yes, so I never really, I never really use this thing. So using it for this is phenomenal. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna flip flop it. I'm gonna add the cheese now. Boom. There we go. Get that in there. Then we're gonna add the meat. Boom, boom, boom. Just like that. All right. Fold over. Oh man, yeah, I think we got that heat just right. There we go. Leave it alone. Flip. I just want to get a sear on it. I'm not looking to do too much other than crisp up the tortilla. A non-stick skillet would work wonders as well, but this has done the J-O-double-B. Alright, that around, clear off this board real quick. Dust some cheese on it. Where'd it go? What happened? Where we go? We still here? You guys still here? I don't see it. It hasn't ended yet. Oh my gosh, what happened? Is it still there? Oh, you don't make your steaks on that. No, I don't make my steaks on that. I do not. Because it's not exactly well built for steaks just yet. Come on. Okay. I'm still live. It says I'm still live. Can you guys see anything? Other than smoke? Because it just went black on me. Cool, I'm still here. Good. I can't see me on Streamlabs, but okay, cool. Glad to know. All right. So we've got the tacos done up. We got cilantro and onion over the top. We're going to throw a little bit of that cilantro and onion in there. A little bit of that jus. Just like that. There we go, guys. Birria fucking tacos. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Now we gotta try it. We gotta make sure that it is dope. Let's cut into this shit. Look at that. Look at that. Whew. Man, just, and let's get a little guac on there. Let's guac on the board. Like I said, guys, I do nothing but make dirty food. A little bit of the guac, a little bit of the jus. Mmm. That's flavor right there, guys. That's fucking flavor. Such a fucking cheese. I know. Wow. I make these a lot, but you guys inspired me to make them so much better. You really do give too many good ideas that you can't eat. But the cool thing is I make it, so now you know how to make it. Mmm. Wow. Wow, that turned out really good. Coach, I'm so proud of you for giving me such good ideas. Mm-hmm. He literally cheeses himself. But he does. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Cypher Zone. We've grabbed some beers. We've had some fun. Made some birria tacos. Combination of beef short rib, shredded chuck roast. Did it in a nice little onion and jalapeno beef jus. Made homemade guacamole. Chopped onion and cilantro. Man, it just gets me all choked up. You need that fucking emote. Which one? I love you too. Thank you guys for stopping in. I'm headed out, so we're just gonna chat on the cord. Anyways, you guys have a great night, and thanks for playing.